Hi, welcome back to Eczema Phoenix, where we learn how to transform our lives living with eczema. So today I have my second video in a series of 4 on herbs for eczema. Today's herbs will focus on topical skin savers, and I know that's a really big popular topic that when you have eczema you always just want to find something that you can put on top real quick to just get the healing process going. So in the herbal world, I have a lot of friends to share, and I will start with the recovery mode herbs. I will call them recovery mode herbs because they're the ones that really are, while there's many herbs that will help the skin to recover from a rash or a wound or a cut, these herbs are really specialized for those purposes. So if your rash is just one that is maybe just caused by the climate, a change in season, and it's a rash that's very surface level, it does not go deep, and there's a little pinkish to redness on it, maybe some dryness, maybe a little flaking, but there's no bleeding, no oozing, nothing deep. A really good surface level skin saver is comfrey. Comfrey is an herb that is associated with just making up epidermal layers of the skin recover really quickly. Also, it has a very cooling sensation. It's very soothing, and it is slightly demulcent. Just kind of has like if you were to crush it or to infuse it into something or make it into a tea, it has naturally smooth, thick, cooling qualities similar to marshmallow root or marshmallow leaf even. There's a thickness that oozes out of it that is very protective and healing. So comfrey is a great go-to for surface level rashes. If your rash goes deep, it's bleeding, it's oozing, you've dug in really deep with your nails, then a really great herb to help recover the deeper dermal levels would be yarrow. And yarrow is an herb that is also associated with the protection of boundaries in a spiritual, emotional, all kind of level, and therefore is also very good for protecting the boundary of your body, which is your skin, which protects your internal organs and is your boundary of your body and your mind to the outside world. So in all those different aspects, yarrow is a great deeper level skin saver. Now, some other categories of herbs that I would like to touch upon for this video would be demulcent herbs for dry skin. And demulcent is just sort of what I mentioned earlier. It's an herb that has the qualities of cooling, thick consistency when processed in some kind of way, like a tea, an oil or vinegar infusion. The constituents of it have those qualities. And if you have dry skin, having something that is cooling will be soothing, and having something that is thick and has a good capacity to retain water will be very helpful for your skin to also retain water and reinforce and regenerate itself and become more plump and supple. So some really great demulcent herbs are marshmallow, and that is true for both the leaf or the root. That is an ingredient I like to look for in skincare products as well, as it will have those qualities and does tend to be very gentle as well as reinvigorating for my dry skin. Comfrey, as I mentioned earlier, for the qualities I mentioned before, similar to marshmallow, but kind of in a deeper, earthier way. I think that its demulcent qualities are a bit more deep and robust than marshmallow, which has a kind of lighter quality. It's just more gentle and soothing. Comfrey is also very soothing, but in a stronger way. And then for oily skin, because you can still get eczema even if you don't have dry skin. So to help dry out the skin, I'm going to call these herbs like the kind of more astringent herbs, even though astringency is usually associated with a herb or food that has a sour quality. I'm going to call these astringent in the sense that they absorb excess oil and moisture. Some really great ones for this category for oily skin or eczema that is aggravated through humidity or sweating or like oiliness would be mint, as I mentioned in my first herbs for eczema video, which I will link in the description box below. And mint, as I mentioned before, it's good for clearing things out, drying, excess congestion, moving stagnation, and it's good for clearing up oily skin and for soothing, still in a cool way, but also to dry up excess oiliness from sweating or just naturally oily skin or overactive sebaceous glands. Another really great herb that is native to New Zealand but is also popular in the Bay Area for skincare is tea tree. Usually comes in the form of an essential oil, and I've honestly never touched the herb itself, but whether fresh or processed into an essential oil, tea tree is also a really good herb for the same reasons as mint. The difference with tea tree though is it's even sweeter than mint and even more mild and gentle. It's like a more refined version of a kind of effervescent minty oil or minty herb. And that's a really great herb that's also antiseptic. That's great for preventing bacterial infection. And another ingredient that I often look for in skincare, particularly for recovery, rashes, and things like that for eczema. Finally, some herbs that I would like to bring back into the mix because they're also very good for, they're just like the Neosporins of the herbal world, are Calendula and Cleavers, really great lymphatics. You can learn more information about their lymphatic abilities in my previous video, which is down in the description below. And in terms of just topical application, they are really good to prevent bacterial infection as well as just helping the skin to recover and retain its integrity and just come back in a stronger form post rash recovery. And aside from that, I would also add chickweed, which can also be eaten fresh. It's a very small, cute herb, and it can be processed into a salve and applied topically to help the skin recover like Neosporin as well. But it is also really great fresh and to be eaten internally to also help you recover from the inside out. I hope that these topical skin savers have inspired you to look more into all of these herbal friends that we have in the natural world and that are included in a lot more green beauty brands and indie beauty brands. There are products that are out there on the market that have these ingredients, but the best quality and the most effective brands that I find tend to be at health food stores like Sprouts, sometimes Whole Foods, Mother's Market if you're in southern LA. I would assume other co-ops in San Francisco. Rainbow Market carries a lot of products that have these ingredients, a lot of skincare products that contain these ingredients. And then online, Etsy is a really great source. It's just, it's the indie website and there are just more boutiques on Etsy that have owners who are very well educated and a lot of people who make products specialized for eczema. Just keep in mind what your skin type is, and that if you have dry skin, that you'll probably want something that has a more oil or thicker, creamy base. And if you have oily skin, that you'll probably want something that is based in water or rose water, aloe vera juice, and things like that as like the first ingredient. So I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Please share with anyone you think would benefit from this kind of information. Leave any questions or comments below, and I'll see you in my next video for herbs for eczema in relation to settling the heart and help with insomnia as well as stress. So I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.